Hey folks, Ben here, Liberty43 with another knife video for you. You're probably wondering why I have this in front of me, which is of course the Chris Reeves large Sebenza with the partial serrations. Purely there as a size comparison, nothing else other than that. Of course, this is one of my favorite knives. It's been with me for quite a while now. But just to show you a size comparison, most of you probably know the specs on this. The blade length about 3.5 inches, and the overall is about, I think, let's see, about 8 1/4, a little bit bigger than that. I did want to bring this out though, just to show you the knife that the video is based upon, which is the Ray Laconico Enforcer. Very, very cool blade. I'll flip it open here. Hopefully it'll get in the frame shot there. Nice. Show you this knife in comparison. You can see what a beast it truly is. This has a 4-inch blade, and the overall, I believe, is, let's see, about 9 1/4, I think, is what this one is overall. This was a blade, the name itself, the Enforcer, was called out by a USN member named Kill Bill, so good job on doing that. And the original blade, the original one of these, the prototype, went to a USN member as well. Ray put out an open bid. I bid on it. I didn't win it. It went to a USN member, which is really cool. His is the prototype, and there are some differences, including Ray has his maker's mark on the blade itself, where I chose to put it here on the top. I've always enjoyed, when Ray puts it there, kind of on the spine of the knife rather than on the flat, but that's just a personal preference. Everybody's got their own unique tastes. Here I also had him add a kind of a geared backspacer there with the lightning strike carbon fiber. The bolsters are zirconium, and you can see it's been in my pocket now for over a week, and it is a user. I don't know if it'll come in focus though, but you can see those are the zirconium bolsters. William the Wolf and Pav and Chuck, aka Balance, and some other members, of course, a bunch of them on USN, were all part of that group, No Safe Queens. And if I'm going to have a knife, if I'm going to keep it, I'm going to use it. This particular knife does have the, I think it's Timascus, of course, the clip. Ray called me and said, did you want it to be kind of a straight clip? Do you want it to be titanium? I really like this a lot. It just adds a nice little pop of color there. It's very, very cool. And the lightning strike carbon fiber is beautiful as well, and it wears really nicely. I do like this kind of almost like a patina worn-in look, but it's in my pocket. It has my keys in it. It's just the nature of the knife. The blade itself, as you can see, it really does fill the hand. Ray is not one that's going to do jimping on his knives. I've never really seen that, but you don't really need it. His knives are just done in such a way that you really do have such a positive, really strong, grip, purchase, whatever you'd like to call it, on the knife. And it is quite beautiful. I attached this little nice John Gage custom pewter bead here. There you go. The Crusader. I'll show you this here. Get him some FaceTime as well. Certificate of authenticity. He had a sale on these on the USN, and I picked up a couple of them. And it's a really, really nice bead. It's my first experience with John Gage. I know he does work for other folks as well, like Dervish and whatnot, but or John Gonzalez, but it's quite a nice bead. I figured it would complement the Enforcer quite well. Kind of old school, new school. The blade, like I said, it has been in my pocket. I have carried it. I've used it. Some of the other USN members, like Sean Rooster FMJ, he's seen it, and he himself was basically blown away as much as I was in terms of just the size of this knife. And like I said, it flips flawlessly. It is a huge blade though. I think the key is, for me, I've kind of gone to different extremes where I've carried small blades like the Leaf Storm and larger blades, of course, like this. The thing that's crazy is when you look at this blade, it just, even though this is a 1/2 inch larger, this itself it's just such a large knife. But like all Ray's knives, all of them, it rides in the pocket just perfectly. I mean, you know it's going to be heavy. It's not going to be a light knife. But it still fits in the pocket in such a way that you're not really conscious of it. There are some knives that I've carried in the past where you say, okay, this thing's kind of bugging me. It's getting in the way of my keys. I can feel it kind of pulling on my pants, especially if you're wearing something like, tad pants versus something stiffer like a jeans material. You're going to tend to feel it. This, however, just nestles right in the corner. And I did put the lanyard on there. I like lanyards on a lot of my knives, but it also just makes the extraction of the knife a little bit easier. You don't have to have it, obviously, but it's just personal preference. You can see the zirconium. Kind of give you a close-up shot there. I kind of think it's kind of cool. It looks like an antique look, but it's definitely a user. It's been with me. Carried it to the cigar shop and was using it there, cutting up boxes, opening up packages, nothing crazy. But the knife worked like a champ. And it's interesting, when you share this knife with other people who aren't necessarily knife people in general. I mean, they know what a knife is, but they're not necessarily into high-end customs or anything like that. They could easily recognize the quality of this blade. Let's see if it gets in focus there. I mean, when they looked at it and they said, wow, you can't feel the difference between this and this, not knowing, of course, themselves what, zirconium was necessarily or lightning strike carbon fiber, but still, they were so impressed with the blade, the grind. Let's see if I can get that there. It's going to come in. Yeah, no, maybe. A little bit better. There you go. So overall, this knife is just fantastic, and I do want to thank Ray, of course, for making this knife available to me. I do want to thank the loyalists on USN who support Ray and his work. I put the loyalists in lockdown for right now, but keep in mind that in the future we will open it up. There'll be little contests and things that we'll do in the future as well. So thank you for watching. And thank you for supporting the USN and Ray's knives. His work is fantastic. And I'll probably have a little update on this knife in the future as I carry it more and more. But it has become my favorite EDC. Listen to that pop there. So thank you very much. Keep the shiny side up. Have a fantastic start to the new year, 2014. And thank you for watching. Leave that there. The little beauty shot there at the end. Cool. Take care. Cheers.